So we're back on the Mana Symbol channel playing this little brew from my good friend Freak You Nasty. Check him out if you've never seen his stream before. Awesome, awesome player. And puts out some really cool brews. We worked on some Hullbreaker Horror Urza Artificer decks last year, and with the addition of Third Path Iconoclast, we're going to see what we can do with this one. Looking at it, I just realized something I'd like to potentially add to it. But anyway, so we've got a kind of Springleaf Drum, Moonsnare prototype, Ornithopter, Mana Engine here. We don't have the full Memnite Moonsnare prototype setup because we have Mishra's Baubles here as well to go with Emery Lurker of the Loch. And all of this is to help sort of power up our Third Path Iconoclast. So this is blue and red for a 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. So this is going to generate a lot of artifacts as we're casting a lot of non-creature spells. And that's going to power up our Urzas, make Thought Cast really easy to resolve, Thought Monitor, etc. Hullbreaker Horror is in here as a one of. And the reason this is in the deck is that with Urza-Breaker Artificer in play, these 0-drop artifacts become Mox Ambers, Mox Sapphires, sorry. And that means that you can tap them for mana. If you have a second one, you play the second one, you tap the first one for mana, and now you have a 2-card loop where you bounce 2 0-drops back and forth and you make infinite mana. You can use that to spin Urza. You'll make infinite 1/1 soldiers with Third Path Iconoclast. We've got a one of Lightning Greaves in here. This can equip to a construct token off of Urza, which will be of infinite size, and you can attack with that and kill them. Online, it's not the easiest or most fun combo to pull off. It involves a lot of clicking, but you can do that and then one-shot kill people. I am interested in adding an Underworld cookbook. And the reason I'm interested in adding that is because we only have the one Hullbreaker Horror. So if it ends up in our graveyard, we don't currently have a way to pick it up. Emery can pick up the cookbook and pick up the horror. Emery can pick up the Lightning Greaves. So we're going to add an Underworld cookbook to this. And can you make green mana? Not as far as I know. Do you want to put in a Haywire Might? And there is room for a research desk in this deck. So let's get... I believe I own those. Yes, I do. So let's get a Mr.'s research desk in there. Might is amazing. Yeah, we have Springleaf Drums. So in theory, you could sideboard a Might. We'll see if that feels necessary as we get into the matches. So I'm going to cut one of these Ashioks from the sideboard. I'm going to move the relic there, I think. And I'm going to cut a land. Let's go to, well, we only have 2 Moonsnares and 4 Springleaf Drums, so I don't feel I can cut a land. Even though Research Desk kind of helps dig for land. We'll just cut one of the Metallic Rebukes. Call it a day. Research Desk does not work well with counterspells, so I guess that'll be my argument for that. Okay, so let's hop in with this and just see how she goes. And then potentially later, we're going to try playing a version of Gyoza with Diabolic Intent. And I'm going to tweak this out when we get there, hopefully, to do that. Yeah, this one doesn't currently have enough discard outlets for Asmarana, Martika Dice, and the Kuldakar. So it's possible we don't end up playing that card. Alrighty. El Pollo Loco. So initial hand, are we going to keep this? We have one artifact, one Ornithopter, two artifacts, so we get to go turn one Bent's Drum, Thopter, Shadow Spear, and then I have Thoughtcast on two. Theoretically, assuming they don't kill anything. I'm going to keep this in the dark on the draw. It's pretty powerful. Goblin Guide. Okay, so Ornithopter is definitely not safe here. Cookbook's a nice draw. Steam Vents is less than great. There's a good chance that they give us a land this turn, though. I think we just go... No, it's not just go. We're going to play as much as we can this turn. Yes, the Thopter can die, and I kind of need it in play, but they're probably not willing to waste a burn spell on it. And then second of all, the Cookbook's going to start making food. And then third of all, they could play an Idle on this turn. So we definitely don't want to slow down and take time with our spells. Two Metallic Rebukes is great, assuming that that they end up casting Boros Charms in a few turns when we'll have time to cast them. Interested in seeing if they go for my Thopter here or not. Rift Bolt to exile. Well, not with that, they won't. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape from the start of this game. And drawing a land there is phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you, deck. I'm willing to discard one of my Rebukes here for a food. Hold on to the Shadow Spear. Hopefully it ends up being useful pretty soon. So we're already on affinity count 4. So we'll do that. Not the most fortunate pickups. I have a blue mana. That's available. Still have a blue mana that's available. Here I'm casting the Shadow Spear just to get it into play, I think. And then we have access to Metallic Rebuke. Probably won't be countering the Rift Bolt unless it targets my Ornithopter. And unfortunately, they have a pretty creature-heavy draw here, which means that my Cookbook's not able to just, like, blank their damage for the turn. But... and they're going upstairs with that. I think we're going to let it go. Skewer. Going up. No, going to the Ornithopter. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and counter this because if I don't, I won't be able to counter anything this turn. So, might as well jump. Just go ahead and jump. If they have Boros Charm, they kill us Xaxes. If they have two 1 mana burn spells, they would kill us as well. So Bolt, Skewer, Thoughtcast on top. Okay. Iconoclast. Okay, so it's going to give us a lot of blockers. We have the land. That's great. So I've got this food token. I've got Springleaf Moonsnare here. So we play the Iconoclast. Use it to play a prototype. trigger. And then we can block one of the creatures and crack the food token. Question is, when do I want to crack this food token? I think the answer is right now, when they can't skull crack me. Okay. So lots of things kill us here, but a few things don't. Hey, it's Badagaboosh. How you doing, friend? Hope the world is treating you well. And we got a new follow, and that is Ale Draco 86. Thanks for the follow. Ale and well met. Opponent's going to combat. Another free food token. Love that. I guess we go ahead and block this so Spear gets some more potential damage. Assuming they have any number of spells in hand. They have one card, and they have 2 lands they could draw with, but starting to look okay for us. Between the Shadow Spear and the Underworld Cookbook. Red, white, Boros Charm. It's going to put me to 1. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start on Thought Monitor. Otawara. Not helpful. But I do now have at least 2 blockers. So play Emery. I can play the Otawara as a land if I need it. Yeah, because it's awesome boosh. That's why. Yeah, well, you know what? She deserves it. Not like mean, just like, you know. You like land equip game 3? That's what we're gonna do here. Sorry, I'm just working out if there's a better way to do it that doesn't involve me playing the Otawara, but it does, and that's fine. It's Otawara against burn is not really, you're not really loading up on Otawaras when you know there's a burn meta. So, and they didn't crack their lands. Interesting choice. Boseiju is great, however. Yeah, Boseiju seems okay. They missed the crack at end step, which is a big... Iconoclast does not trigger on Ornithopter, that's correct. It didn't trigger on Thought Monitor or Emery this turn either, but, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Bobble on top, so we are going to get at least 1 trigger next turn. So we'll kill the Goblin Guide here, which is great. And they didn't have a single spell there. This has got to be them playing Eidolon, right? And that means I get to recast Thought Monitor and just eat them alive. This game is over. They're not coming back from this. Do I want to make a food first? Yeah, I do. So glad I threw in the cookbook. Yeah, I mean, this game is obviously would obviously have gone a different direction without it, huh? Do I want to attack with the Iconoclast this turn? And if I do want to attack with the Iconoclast this turn, do I want to play the Bauble before I attack? I think the answer to both is yes. There's also a Hullbreaker Horror in my graveyard I can pick up. I mean, we're a Saga deck, so the 1-of Cookbook is tutorable. Oh, they're just off it, huh? Okay, so probably my sideboard has 14 cards. Interesting. I screwed up somewhere. We don't need a lot of these sideboard cards. Maybe just some Flusterstorms. But honestly, Metallic Rebuke is like almost as good. So like, let's cut an Urza. We probably don't need Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, I think I just I goofed somewhere when I was shifting around the list. Is there anything in the main deck I don't need? No, everything's pretty good. I like a Realty Chip as an 0-4. Plus, it's free real estate. Oh, maybe it's Greaves that we don't need here. Yeah, I don't think we need Greaves here. I mean, I guess I could protect an Emery, but doesn't really impact the board. It's a pretty dead draw in a lot of situations. I cut an Ashiok from the main deck. I moved the Relic from the main to the sideboard. That's this one. But I don't... There was something else I did. Something else I cut, and I goofed it. Okay, this hand is fine. Not phenomenal by any stretch, but I think it's fine. Just need to draw some cheap artifacts, and then we're in business. Urza. That's not a cheap artifact. Okay, so if they turn to a Eidolon here, we're going to be in trouble. Needle for Roiling Vortex? Yeah, that might have been... The best I can do is Expensive Creature. Top card is another Emery, too. That's really rough. All right, well, good luck, Emery. She's also going to mill over, like, more cards that are going to get us killed. So this may or may not have been a mulligan. Not having any removal for Eidolon is really bad. Mox Amber on top. All right, let's go game 3. Could bring in the extra Aether Spellbomb. It's not great removal for Eidolon, but it's something. All right. This is not good, but it works. No, it doesn't. No, this doesn't work at all. What am I talking about? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Good 6. Great 6? No, but good 6. No blue-red artifact land in this deck. Well, it comes into play tapped, which is kind of awful. So there's that. Whoa. Filing Cat, sub him with that prime sub. Getting access to our new emotes, haha, featuring Mo Sislak, Springfield's most infamous bartender. So this is sacrifice this, exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Is it? Do we just do that now? Probably. I don't know what I can pick up, but Emery's still going to be at 2. I guess I should have done this before I played a land, but I probably shouldn't worry about it. Iconoclast. Okay. So... yeah, I'm really proud of that one, Kaya. So we'll play the Iconoclast next turn, I guess. And theoretically, Emery will no longer be summoning sick if I still have access to her. Unearth is not casting a spell. Is Brotherhood End going to hurt Hammer at all, or is Hammer going to remain top tier? So, Paper Cut Pupil, what I will recommend to you is if you think about what Brotherhood's End does and how Hammer plays out and can kill you in general, and besides the fact that it plays Spell Pierce and Blacksmith Skill, besides those things, which already are great against Brotherhood's End, on top of that, it doesn't remove enchantments, and it doesn't touch their creatures, unless you use the damage mode, in which case they can get out of that. So, sometimes Mana Leak, sure. The most important thing about it is that, like, they can just play Sigarda's Aid and hammer you the next turn immediately. They can... Pure Steel Paladin will still be in play, if it was in play. So, I'm... very low on Brotherhood's End being a great being a hammer killer. If you can play EE, play that. Yep, that's probably solid advice. So can't get this equipped this turn, but we're in a good spot here. Okay. Engineered Explosives. So Engineered Explosives set to 1, or Blast Zone set to 1, or any of those cards are really good against Hammer, because what you do is you just put it into play and then you sit there with it. And if they have hammers, and if they have Sigarda's Aids, and if they have... I've seen at least one of them, Kaya. There's a lot of cards you can have which just stop them from making any of their, like, hammer plays. Tap the token and the prototype. It's 2 mana to equip Shadow Spear. I don't... Chalice of the Void is better on 1. Yes and no, because Roiling Vortex. Chalice of the Void is better on 1, yes, but they can get through that with Urza Sagas and with... well, crap. Sigarda's Aid. No, not Sigarda's Aid. Stoneforge Mystic. So, it is and it isn't. Okay, but we just go replay the Shadow Spear. Equip the Shadow Spear. Hold on. Equip the Shadow Spear. Attack. No, it's all good, Daiko. The reason that what is it called? Temporary Lockdown. Temporary Lockdown was a reasonable card against Hammer. It's sorcery speed, which isn't great, but the thing is that it wipes out all the things you're going to care about. It hits all their tokens, all the equippers, and all the equipment. Well, all the small equipment, unless they have Sword of Fire and Ice or Cauldra. But in Caldra's case, it'll kill the germ, so they're going to have to spend 7 mana to re-equip it or get another equipper into play. So that card is a reasonable card against Hammer, but Roiling Vortex really doing a lot of nothing against us here. It's really fun to see this. It's taxing them by 1 per turn if they want to keep up their ability to prevent me from gaining life, but they really haven't been able to do it yet. So it's kind of not working as intended. Can't play that card unless I want to take 5 damage, but that's okay. We're going to have a lot of blockers. Yeah, I saw the Spectral Sailor. I saw this anime Spectral Sailor, which was pretty cute. I guess we'll desk now. Because I can't re-equip Shadow Spear this turn. So we'll see if I find a land. Oh, they're doing stuff. They're activating Roiling Vortex. They're skull cracking me. Okay, that's great because that means we just don't attack with the Iconoclast who's equipped. Well, that's great, Shadowless. I'm glad you you have a fandom you can be part of. Okay, I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Might be dead, but if I am, we put up a good fight. Got 3 cards in hand. It's very difficult to imagine I'm not dead here. Hopefully some of them are creatures. That's the only real chance I have here. Okay. Might be dead to Boros Charm, Bolt in the upkeep. Nope. Okay. Rats. So I could play the island. Can tap one of my new soldier tokens. Unearth the desk. Sack the desk. I don't think I have enough mana left for this to actually be all that useful. Oh, although, yes, I do, actually. Wow. Thanks, desk. Gotta leave back an extra soldier here. So I can't... Why is Third Path Iconoclast named as it is? It doesn't destroy anything and it literally creates artifact tokens. So I don't know enough about the lore to know anything about the Third Path, but perhaps there's some link to being iconoclastic of the Third Path in particular. Is like I don't know. I don't know the lore well enough, so I honestly I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm assuming it makes sense. That's fine. Iconoclast normally means outcast. The Third Path doesn't like artifacts. I thought the Third Path liked artifacts because it has like what is it? Feldon of the Third Path? Something on the Third Path? Someone I normally associate with artifacts is of the Third Path. Feldon. It's like Feldon's canes and art. Like I assume Feldon's pro artifacts. There's several of them named after him. With, I'm not. I don't know, but like I don't. I'm assuming it's like interestingly ironic. I'm not the lore department of Wizards of the Coast, so I would say go ask their world building team. I mean, Moonsnare prototype's already pretty great, Toboggan. Or what's his name? Arun? No, not Arun. That's Arun's my friend. Jay and Ellie. Jay and Ellie is another one of those people who theoretically has the deets. Yeah, this is an unfortunate swing. Okay. And now I don't have my research desk because I unearthed it and then exiled it. And unfortunately, my Emrys have not flipped over more playable artifacts. We never drew an Urza's Saga, so I'm going to blame our loss on that if we end up losing. On the plus side, if they don't play another creature, we just attack around the Swiftspear and kill them next turn, which is kind of funny. Riftbolt? Oh, that's... Oh, it's going to go on the stack. Only 2 of the 5 port towns cycle having flavor text. That's pretty good. That kills them? Oh, yeah. They did just punt. We don't even have to do anything and they're dead. That's really funny. Oh, there's the Saga finally. Get a whole real Riftbolt. Nothing beats that. But also I'm going to go equip and attack with all. Fumbled out of the back of the end zone. Yeah. Okay. That's fine, opponent. You have died. Sunbaked Canyon's not doing them any favors here either. Yeah, unfortunately, they never got to see that Riftbolt was going to kill them. What we're doing here is a favor to the Magic community. Not letting that burn player know that Riftbolt was going to kill them means someone else might get a win out of that. And I think that burn players losing is just great whenever possible. I don't know nearly enough about the lore, Shadowless. Sand is close. Is this good enough for the double bobble? I think it might be. Unlike rebound, suspend is not a mate. That's really interesting. I would have thought it was. Did you see Susuri's lists with -4 Chalice, +4 Tablet, and 3 Stone Brain Main? I've heard about them, Vale4. I did not see them, but I've heard about them. Classic Bobble Mulligan decisions? Yeah. I think this is a keep. We're definitely we're gonna do it for science. Because we got Cookbook to eventually get us the Thought Monitor. Like, if we start drawing, like, Urzas and chonky stuff. But because I don't want to discard either of these things, let's play the Springleaf Drum first and just try to high roll. Snoop. All right. Snoop Moggy Mog. So we're against Goblins. So we have a little bit of time. Here's the Sorceress list they 5-0'd with. Thank you. Rutro? No Rutro. I'm not afraid of Goblins. Joker's Wild sure plays Goblins. Good to know. Thanks, Grok. And that's a great top deck. Ether Vial. Farewell. This Metallic Rebuke is going to become food. Okay, so we'll get cooking next turn, huh? Did you see that Goblins won the Super? No. According to what Goldfish tells me, Watu won the Super, which I know isn't true. It has him listed as number one. It's a tad unfortunate for my opponent. So let's see what we draw. It does carry in, yeah. Okay, so do I ditch the Iconoclast to play a Thought Monitor here? I think maybe? Because if I Thought Cast, I just end up stranded. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to pitch the Iconoclast. It's not like it's a great card in the matchup, I think. Play the Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor plays the Thought Cast, and we're off to the races. Maybe we'll finally draw an Urza Saga. More mana. I like it. Just give him one of these. And thank you for the follow there, Dagorgle. Dagorgle. Mightiest of Cruel. Actually, I should have... I can hold this. Let's see what they're drawing. Crater Maker. Wild. Okay. They're playing Crater Maker. Opponent said, well. Thanks, J. Feldhake. Are we going to see a munitions expert? We are not. There's the Saga. The third path was an alliance during the Brothers' War that did not align with either brother, thus the third path. Interesting. Okay. So that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. The third path Iconoclast is of the third path and destroys things from Urza and Mishra. The only thing that doesn't make sense is that the card itself actually produces artifacts. Ooh, good draw. Seven drops in my modern deck? It's more likely than you'd think. Look at the cards. I'm okay with that. So, I know they have a Crater Maker. The third path were Artificers 2 and Wizards. Okay, so, like, again. Unfortunate. Well, we may just be dead. I can pick up third path Iconoclast for next turn if I want to. It's okay, we can gain 6. Yeah, gaining 6 in the face of infinite damage is a great feeling. If they have a land, we're dead. Icon on cast. Okay, yeah. Then copy the ignoble. Oh, got it. Yeah. I was just typing to them. They needed to show. All they need to do is show me that they can cast the sling gang, and I'll scoop. No, they're viling. They may not have known they could do that, Kaya. Yeah, we're dead. It's okay. They just had everything. They have Harbinger. Did I ever see the Harbinger? I don't remember ever seeing the Harbinger. I guess we're gonna play Ashiok, huh? And the Needle. Spellbomb's good. No, I don't. Yeah, they never showed the Harbinger. They didn't need it either. So Rebuke is bad. Yeah, they just randomly had Kiki Jiki on top Daiko, but they didn't need it. They had the Harbinger in hand, so it didn't matter. They had everything they needed. That Kiki Jiki on top was just a happy little accident for them. Desk and chip. I kind of think the desk was pretty sick last game, but maybe it's the cut. Hey, how's it going, the Professor 711? What else can you cut? I don't know. Were I at the RC? I were not at the RC. I was not. That would be the RC I would be going to would be this weekend in Canada, which I am going to, but I'm working, not playing. I want the desk. I will see you Thursday, Michael. We can cut an Iconoclast in this matchup, I feel like. Doesn't feel crazy to me. It's not fast. I have now seen it, yeah, the Professor. Although I haven't looked at it in depth. No Dismember, no Ashiok, no way to get to this Thoughtcast. Turn 2, but yeah, this is not good enough. We can do better. There we go. We did better. So am I ditching the bauble here? I think so, because we go turn 1 drum, turn 2 Iconoclast Needle, and then I have 3 artifacts. Yep, okay. I do not believe Secret Lairs come to MTGO, but I don't know how that works. This deck list looks made by a player who put Morphos and Pyromancer together in 2013 and thought they were Einstein walking on the moon. Are you talking about the Susrus list? What deck am I playing? I'm playing this deck. I don't know. I'll be willing to try this. A lot of the choices here make complete sense to me. Hey, actually, cute bunny. So, the question I have is, I guess we're just needling Snoop right away. So I don't actually think that was a question. Play the prototype. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we named the Snoop. Snoop Moggy Mog. Getting back into the format and paper again, played a range of things, and I'm really enjoying Rakdos mid-range decks. Not keen on the scam versions that are all over the place at the moment, though. Yeah, there's a bigger one that is kind of great. Yep, that's a good draw. Hullbreaker Horror showing up early. A lot of games. But Thought Monitor, on the other hand, being a boss. Emery. Yes, please. I mean, I almost have enough mana to cast the Hullbreaker Horror, so it's really not actually that, like, inconveniently early. Okay, and then we can attack for 1 if I want, which I think I might as well. It's pretty free. Conspicuous Scoop sounds like an MTG News YouTube channel. I like that. Monitor, I hardly know her. Actually, if I can cast the Hullbreaker Horror, we're just going to bounce all their stuff. Well, not the Munitions Expert. So 5 plus Emery gets the Mox, and then if I draw a land, we could actually cast the Hullbreaker Horror this turn. Probably won't, but Matron. Yikes. Karn, the Fart Creator. Okay. Those are words. They go and get the Snoop. Then they put in a Snoop. They got Masked Vandal on top to remove the needle. If they had a creature in their graveyard, which they currently don't. Karn the Great Farter? What do you think? Is there one that has father in the actual name? I feel like there is, right? Oh, Spellbomb's a great draw. Okay. So not actually going to play the Hullbreaker Horror this turn, I think. Not a land, though? What? I don't need to play the Hullbreaker Horror this turn. Like, that was never a thing I needed to do. Playing Urza, though. So let's get the Mox. Play the Mox. Yeah, we can definitely do it next turn. And we can combo off next turn. Spellbomb. Okay. And again, they still don't have a creature in their graveyard. So, not concerned. Just tap the drum to whatever. I don't think activating Saga here matters at all. I'm definitely, it's definitely possible I could have sequenced that turn better. But out of the things that are actually going to matter in this game, I'm pretty sure we're okay. The opponent definitely has a chance. They're playing a combo deck, and they could definitely like end up in a situation where they just kill us. We'll see. Trash Master on top, insane, unbelievable draw. They play the Trash Master. Conspicuous Snoop is currently off. Conspicuous Snoop can no longer activate with the Trash Master's ability. Oh, it couldn't before. That's right. If I bounce the Snoop now, they can't get it back into play this turn. Bounce Aether Vial? I'm using Aether Spellbomb to bounce things. I can't bounce Aether Vial. Pretty sure we bounce the Snoop here. Because they put their vial up to 3. I think that was a punt. Might not be. Because if they had left it on 2, Trashmaster sacks a Goblin, then they put in the Masked Vandal, and then they go again. So it's actually pretty scary. Like, they'd really be able to dismantle my board pretty hard. But I think we're going to be okay. By the grace of God, I think we're going to be okay. Trashmaster in their main? No, this is game 2. They had a completely... Well, I mean, it might be, actually. It might be. You don't know. If you don't know, now you know. He's a lord? This card is cracked. Yeah, it makes sense in this format to have a Trashmaster in your main deck. Okay. I would top 32 the RC in Atlanta, and I am going to Philly for the Pro Tour. That's awesome, Belfi. This is a sideboard game. Yes, it is. What do I want here? Research desk? I think the desk makes the most sense here. I mean, we're just going to go infinite, right? I think the desk makes sense. I don't think it's going to matter. I will leave Minamo up because that can untap Emery. So play Hullbreaker Horror. Opponent screams internally. We have released the Kraken. So first up, let's bounce Trashmaster so that they can't mess with me. They want to destroy my construct. That's fine. We'll tap it for mana first. Okay, that's in. I need another 0 mana spell. Do I need another 0 mana spell? So I tap the bauble. Play any other spell, bounce the bauble. It's a 0 and a 1, right? A 0 and a 1 does it. So bounce the bauble. Tap the spell bomb. Play the bauble. Bounce the spell bomb. Tap the bauble. Play the spell bomb. Bounce the bauble. Oh, pick up monitor. Duh. Yeah, we just draw our whole deck that way. Oops. Yeah. Got it. I haven't done this in a minute. Iconoclast gives me infinite. Yeah, that it helps the play Springleaf Drum, bounce, bauble. Oops. All right, whatever. I'll take another Thought Monitor, please. Or I guess Ashiok for the scoop equity. Let's tap red. Bomb, Iconoclast. That's not minor. Why not Mox for mana? I mean, yeah. It doesn't. I'll be right back. I hear the fridge is beeping that my grandma left it open. Why Ashiok? To stop them from searching with all their searching things that kill me. Draw till spear, bounce Urza, kill him with a hasted construct. That's what we were gonna do, Carrion. Sorry if I missed. Yeah, okay. I think I'm good. They only have Matron, not even fetches. They have Matron and they have Harbinger. I'll keep this. It's sketchy, but man, the cookbook loves popping up in my opening hand, huh? Do I want to dismember this hierarch? They're on the Mulda 6. Kind of. Because my hand is clunky and I have another answer for Snoop. You would develop instead. I mean, the development this turn kind of sucks, though, right? Whereas if I draw red mana, it's not always better to play Island in case you draw like 8 lands and want to channel Otawara. Yeah, that's definitely correct. Okay. So if I go Cookbook, Thopter, make a food, I still can't do anything. Okay, got it. What's the needle? Where's naming Snoop here? Yeah, it's always better to play the island there in case I drew lands. Smart Goblins player? Yeah, not bad. Yep. So this is getting one of their artifact removal goblins. Or it's getting Snoop because they already have one. They're definitely slow to combo this game. So we've got a little more time. Good draw. They don't imagine I die this turn. Okay, we're going to pass here. They could play Snoop and just start living off the top of their library, which is definitely a thing. But we have a lot of live draws too, so we'll see. So we're playing against a Mystic Forge. I'm gonna ditch this Spire Bluff. I regret that when I draw Urza. Did not draw Urza. Good. Unfortunately, just kind of stuck here, huh? I mean, I really hate going open hand or empty-handed, but well, one of them's like a mini set, right, Carrion? One of them's not like a full size release. So we have a Phyrexia, all will be one. I forget what the next one is. And then it's like the Aftermath set. Okay. Whew. One dodged. March of the Machine. There we go. Whew. 2 dodges. Opponent is not drawing super hot, which is what we need. Would you ever kiss Urza? No. I mean, maybe if you shaved. Maybe a young Urza. Blood Moon. Well, it's not my favorite card to see on top of their deck, but all right. Do I want to pick up my second third path Iconoclast here? Yes? I think the answer is yes. Kiss Emery, though? Hell yeah. Okay. Stuff's happening. Okay, good draw. They're going to be real sad when I end up playing Urza. Didn't draw Urza. Did draw a Bauble. OP8's fun. I mean, oh, you can't forget the second ability on Cookbook, Daiko. So freaking good. They don't have any discard spells in hand. Thought Monitor on top, gross. All right, we're getting there. It's not worth attacking here. If we hit an Urza, it's gonna be bananas. Dead? Not dead. We still have the needle. Not dead. Still have the needle. So the question is, what do they want to get with the Boggart? Ouchie? No ouchie. We're okay. We're not dead. Not in great shape. It's just mostly dead. I mean, holy shit. I mean, one easy block. Okay, we better have one hell of a turn. Not bad. They have a Blood Moon in hand. So, just dead? Not literally dead, right? just in a really bad spot. They have combo next turn because Trash Master kills the... I don't think they have another Harbinger, do they? I don't think they kept another one in their hand, did they? Their hand is Blood Moon. They can't combo. They're not there yet, Carrion Lich. Don't scare me like that. They have a third one. They don't. Their hand is Blood Moon. In the deck. I mean, sure. But that doesn't mean that means we're not dead. We're dead when they assemble the combo and kill us. Not until that happens. Is plating an option main deck? Of course. You could definitely play a plating in this deck. So let's go. Block, 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 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're in good shape. They actually have an interesting question here, which is, do they want to play the Blood Moon? It kills my Saga, but it'll lock their fetch lands. They might be willing to do it the next turn, because they didn't just do it there. That is not the best draw. They have Trash Master, so constructs are not particularly relevant. But we'll get there when we get there. Vile. Sick. They do have a shuffle here. Yeah. Matron. All right, that kills us. All right, we're dead. So close one. Really, really tough there. Blocked Moon? Well, their blocked Moon would block their shuffles. But yeah, they were probably going to play Blood Moon that turn. They hadn't done it yet. I still get to make a construct. It's not like... The Sagas are stuck in my hand if they Blood Moon anyway. I have no way to remove it, so... I'm not going to feel bad about losing to a Goblins deck that has Trash Masters in it. Like, that's just going to be a tough matchup from time to time. We could have drawn better than them. We didn't. It's fine. Hey, Vija. Like, if I had an Ashiok at any point there, that would have blocked all their searching, which would have been very, very good. Yeah, Goblins has been underrated for like a long time, I think. Don't know why. I mean, I guess it was just Fury was in the format, and people were like, oh, you can't play Goblins with Fury in the format. And the answer is, yes, you can. All right. So turn 1 Cookbook, pitch a Thoughtcast. Turn 2 Drum Thoughtcast. Yeah, we're good here. Yeah, we're going to discard one of the Thoughtcasts, which feels crazy, but I don't think it actually is. Also, again, the Cookbook loves to be in our opening hand. There's literally one in this list. Okay, so they're on Spell Pierce or Lightning Bolt, most likely. Another land is nice. I think I'm just going to pass here. I could discard the island to Thoughtcast here, but not playing into their Spell Pierce feels good. And just starting to crank out constructs is going to be really good if this is Murktide, which I assume that it is. Could be Grinding Breach, which I don't know exactly how that's going to go for us, but... I'll play a Thoughtcast into their counterspell. Just get their mana spent. EI? Oh, okay. You... That was not the draw you wanted. Yeah, they're just like, we died. Okay, so relic, needle. Don't think I need the horror. Don't think I need the Urza. Don't think I need the Emery. Is this a Murktide deck you're against? I assume so. It could be like Blue Moon instead. Like that's possible. Um, I have seen Blue Moon decks floating around recently. They're not likely to play a they're not likely to play a EI like that. All right, we're gonna keep that, but it's possible. Little short of going Iconoclast and Thoughtcast onto, just a little. We are no longer short of going Iconoclast into Thoughtcast on turn 2. It looks like it's Murktide. Play Iconoclast. Play Babel. Mm-hmm. Do I want to play around Spell Pierce here? I think I can afford to. Yeah, I think I can afford to. We'll just crack the bauble this turn cycle. I suppose I could do it now, targeting myself to see if I'm going to draw a Metallic Rebuke, and then I could play out an extra Thopter if I want to cast it. I guess an extra 2 Thopter. Emery on top. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm good to pass. Just don't feel like jamming the Thoughtcast into a Spell Pierce there. If they have it, I would rather it stay dead. Ledger Trader. And no bauble. Oh, opponent. This is not your day. Thopter. Whoops. Well, I guess I'm going to play way more than 2 spells, so. Discard Spell Pierce. There it is. Thoughtcast first. Okay. Emery. Do I want to play this Otawara? I don't. I really want to hold on to that in case I need it. I don't need to play it. Let's check their top. Consider. Okay. Damn, their bird got a counter. I know. And my only recompense was playing like 8 spells in a turn. Blast. Red mana. Not red mana. Red mana. Hiya. Do you have another Spell Pierce? Nope. Good. All right, now Emery can get back Aether Spellbomb and just bounce this thing. So that's pretty savage. And they're off it. The Murktide Killer. The Murktide killer. This build looks pretty beefy. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think I could use more thought monitors rather than like realty chip. Like I like reality chip. I do like it, but I think before I want the first reality chip, I want the third thought monitor. When the die roll. Woo! Keep. Yeah, but it's not a high number for drum and it's not a high number for drum. Getting more moon snare prototypes and more thought monitors into this deck would feel nice. Keep and pray we're not against a Blood Moon deck. Man, if only we could add 20 cards with an upside. Ooh, it's hammer time. Right then. Okay. Good draw. So play prototype. Play Springleaf Drum. Okay. Next turn we go make construct and be able to crack Aether Spellbomb. Seems good. You don't think for this now card. Return for prison? I don't know. This playlist is available on YouTube in this form. It is phenomenal. I cannot recommend it highly enough. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this can get me a Springleaf Drum next turn. So I think I'm just going to play a second Saga here. Yeah, it's really good music. It's a phenomenal playlist. I mean, just end to end bangers with like great improvisation, a really nice variety in styles and tones and instrumentation. Ride or die, what is up, my friend? Pure Steel Paladin. Uh-huh. And then what happened? No, because see, I should have done that. Now I have to tap my blocker, so they'll be able to attack me for 2 this turn. I punted the sequence here a bit. I think we'll be okay. Okay. Get that shit out of here. Yeah. That's on me. I just took 2 damage that was unnecessary. Alright, draw. And now... I think I should float with this. I don't think I can make both I can make both constructs this turn, but I'm pretty sure I need the mana. So let's see what we're getting. Yeah, none of this is actually all that good here. I guess I don't have to make the second construct, so I should make the first one. I just don't... Wish I could get this bauble in play here. Now let's float. Might be research desk. A desk. Bauble. Well, I guess I'm going to thought cast. I could draw Iconoclast. We'll do that first. Yeah. Oops. I guess I'm going to pay for that. Yeah, it's probably fine. Thopter. Not the best draw. So let's play Bauble, Thopter, Crack, Desk. See if I find Metallic Rebuke. Found Emery. Emery gets me Aether Spell Bomb. Don't need the flying blocker because they don't have Ink Moth. Okay. All right. So, barring an insane turn from them, we should be okay. Might take 11 damage, but mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They take 11. Giver. Aid. Interesting. I actually don't have an infinite number of artifacts here, so I'm going to leave the bauble right there. I have artifact blockers, so Giver's not a problem. The only problem is if they find Shadow Spear. But otherwise, I don't actually need to kill this Esper Sentinel. Or deal with the hammer on it. Can just supply chump blockers. I think again I'm floating here. Getting Springleaf Drum or Mox Amber. Mox Amber is probably... Yeah, Mox Amber is the better mana source if I have Emery in play. Okay. So 6 artifacts. Let's play Thought Monitor. Correct, Toph. Yeah. So it's like I have multiple artifact blockers and currently have a blue blocker too. So kind of covered in a lot of different directions. Prototype is a great draw too. think I want to play another Saga. Yeah, I do. And then activate this one. Then I'm short of activating this Moonsnare prototype, but that's probably okay this turn. Oh yeah, the Minamo, I could replay. See, the problem with playing anything with Minamo is I give them a card draw with the Sentinel. But on the flip side, what I'm getting is Aether Spellbomb. But I wouldn't be able to activate it this turn. I don't have enough mana. I think I can just pass here. I think I can pass here. Okay. So they draw Shadow Spear. I'm definitely in trouble. But if they only attack with Esper Sentinel, I just go double block with Constructs. So they don't even have a good attack. It's possible they equip the hammer to something else that they care less about, like Thopter. Swing with that. Okay. And you choose colorless. Good choice. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, shame concession is strong there. I think that's how I want to sideboard here. I guess I don't need the Lightning Greaves against Hammer. Especially if I'm sideboarding this way. Remember, against old versions of Stoneblade decks back before MH2, I'd often block Batterskull Germs with TKS in hopes your opponent would make that mistake since it happened more often than not. I'm so not surprised. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like if they do it, like it's disgustingly good for you, and if they don't do it, it's still okay for you. Like you kill the germ token and you lose a TKS, but like I'm assuming if you're blocking there, like you had to anyway. So you're like, well, a non-zero percentage of the time they make a severe misplay. I'm gonna keep this. If we draw an Ornithopter, it's super dope. If they play a Sentinel, it is negative dopeness. Good. Oh. Good draw. Good mill with Emery. Needle Thopter Bobble. Hell yeah. Rats. Oh, their hand is really chunky. So, casters, No, they kept a 7, Toph. It's just not a very good one. Cast not cast. Okay. Go. Yeah. Your turn, opponent. Yeah. March my saga. Fine. Deal. So a little late, opponent. You might want to fire that off faster next time. I think they are newer to Hammer, but based on last game alone. Yeah, we can die here. Not likely, but it is possible. They tapped their Gingerbrute? Oh, they did. Okay. 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 Uh, I can't tell if I should have died this turn, but I definitely could have died this turn. Drew the Marsh Flats of the first hammer? Yeah, it's possible. Perfect draw. Okay. So, Iconoclast. Do I need you this turn? Well, Springleaf is, yeah. I'm just trying to conserve red mana in case, but I've still got a land drop. Mm. Shadow Spear, huh? It's not useful now. Could activate Research Disc. It's probably safe to shock. Play the Shadow Spear, get my token. Tap Shadow Spear. Activate Desk. Another Urza. We'll play that next turn. So we just pass here with Spellbomb up. I could equip the Shadow Spear and swing with the Construct, and that means their attack is not lethal. But if I do that, I don't have the blue up for Spellbomb. So probably should have done that rather than activating the desk. Blacksmith skill on the Gingerbrute would kill me. Don't have a way to play around it. Oh, yeah, thank you, Kaya. Kaya's fucking rock star at this shit. Yeah, we have the activated ability of Shadow Spear, which removes indestructible and hexproof from our opponent's permanents. Yeah, exactly. So it's a very interesting sequence because what happens is you activate Aether Spellbomb to bounce their creature. They blacksmith skill in response. You let it resolve, but then before your thing resolves, you activate the Shadow Spear. Yeah, it's very small text. So let's see if they have it. Okay. Oh, they're just off it, huh? Okay, we had Moonsnare, so we were alive for another turn. And I think that means we just kill him by just bashing him out. So, feeling pretty good here. 3-1, playing with house money. Emery with a needle consume the meek. Otherwise, we would have been doing that every turn. Yeah, needle has even smaller text. This isn't great, but like if we draw any creature, we're in good shape. So we're definitely gonna pop this bauble on turn 1. Try to hit Emery. If we do on turn 2, we can go Greaves. We can go Emery, Greaves, equip. Although we can't actually activate Emery that turn, but... Hey, Da Vinci. That's certainly a description of what's going on. They said they had Stomping Ground there. This is probably the Spike Karn deck that he was playing today. So that's a horrifyingly bad matchup for us. However, our hand's coming together a little bit, so maybe we'll be okay. We'll see if they play a Liquid Metal anything this turn. My Thopter has haste opponent. Be terrified. Shroud haste flying. Zeator's Proving Ground. Okay, could be creativity. Could be Jun's stuff. Could be the red-green creativity variant. Not attacking SMH. I had to hold up Spell Pierce. My opponent doesn't know that I don't have it. Get off my back, Kaya. Get off my back. Hey, Da Vinci, you ever played Urza with Lightning Greaves? I gotta tell you, it's pretty phenomenal. Hey, opponent, Fireball. Smash. I could draw Metallic Rebuke here. Doesn't do anything for me now. It's possible they play discard spells, so I'm going to pass the turn and then bobble on their upkeep. Blood Crypt. Okay, looking like possibly the non-blue creativity deck. Could also be like the Jun Scapeshift deck. Not likely, but possible. There's the Rebuke. Okay, so that might just straight up win us the game. Also, we can put lethal in play this turn. Very easily. We're almost there. Like... think I just want Aether Spellbomb. Cookbook makes lethal? Shoot. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Emery works 2 with Greaves. Gets me back a bauble. Yeah. That's not lethal. It's not lethal, it's short, Kaya. It's still worth doing. It's just... It's not lethal, right? They're at 14. You'll have 2 7/7s. Oh, they are 14. They fetched. Oh, no, they shocked. Sorry, I in my brain, I was still... In my brain, they were still at 16 there. Okay, we killed them. Yeah, you're right. No, that was easily lethal, and I just missed the fact that they shocked there. So again, not a matchup where I want the combo really. Flusterstorm is probably good. Needle is okay. Echoing Truth can blow out a creativity. It's probably the right interaction. Ashiok against the all fetch land deck. If it comes down early, just screws them. I don't think I need Greaves. Don't think I need Iconoclast. Yeah, Lightning Greaves with Constructs is insane. It's not necessarily actually that good, but it's really powerful. I don't think I need Shadow Spear. Don't need the Cookbook without the Hullbreaker. Probably could trim an Urza. It's, by not that good, I mean, like, in the fail cases, it's quite poor. Right? But when it's good, it's completely broken. And then I guess you can cut an island with the curve coming down like that. The kind of class baits me into artifact decks again. Right there with you. All right, this hand is not great, but I'm going to keep it. Might just turn 1 Needle Renin 6. Because then turn 2 we go Moon Snare, Drum. Yeah. A lot of stuff at 2 mana is pretty good. Yeah. 2 mana is that funny spot where it's like, there's a bunch of stuff where it's like, yeah, it's really good if. Am I getting iced? I am, in fact, getting iced. Okay. That doesn't slow me down by too much here. We have an emote for that, Vija. That new Mo emote is so good. It's so good. Really glad I realized that we had a gap. And I'm really glad. I think it was Emma Partlow who suggested that one. And I immediately knew exactly the scene. And I was like, yes, that's in. Got it. Need to have it. It's such a good reaction because it's looking at the stream. All right. All right, so let's play Springleaf. Then most creatures I draw get me to the next thing. Good. Cast that. Do I stop here so that I can cast Flusterstorm still? I think so. I still have a land drop, so we could try to high roll this. But drawing a Saga is poor. Could play another Snare. I mean, that doesn't do anything for me, right? Is that a good idea? I don't think that's a good idea. Just pass? Yeah, I think pass here is correct. So we can't beat Persist here. Okay, they didn't discard an Archon, so that's good news. Should we have used the prototype to cast the Springleaf? Oh, I definitely should have Corporal Trash Panda. I screwed that up. Yeah, 100%. And we would have been in a better spot if I had done that. Good catch. Thank you. I think if that was a possibility, and I think it was. Yeah, 100%. I goofed. I tapped blue mana. I didn't need to. Okay, hopefully they don't have creativity into. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Bouncing Springleaf. Okay, we'll get a chance to rectify our mistake then. So this turn, I guess I'll play the Aether Spellbomb. Doesn't help me against creativity on the treasure token. Didn't I play something with the Saga that was colorless? I thought I did. Maybe I goofed somewhere on this turn with the colored mana. What are we trying to draw for Teth? I don't need to draw anything for Teth. I have a 2/2 flyer. I think I should have been able to cast Ashiok this turn, and I cast the Thought Monitor there instead. The problem is Ashiok's not the relevant if they just creativity. This turn was good. Okay. Yeah, I could have been better off last turn. Saga played Spellbomb. Yeah, that was fine. Spellbomb being in play is like, it's not necessary, but it's like, it's good. We're going to hold the other Moonsnare prototype for discarding, because it's possible we'll need to bounce, I guess, an Archon. Although I guess I already have a way to do that. There's no way I could have beat the Teferi this turn, unfortunately. Like, Teferi was a great draw for them. So, I think I just have to pass here and just come what may. Brutal. Although, not actually all that relevant. I mean, it was a good resource, but it's not really where the direction I'm worried about this game going right now. Weirdest timing? They had free mana. I get it. I understand. Should have responded to the first chapter. Huh? Oh, to kill my saga before. Yeah, but I guess they were worried about me playing something more terrifying. Yeah. I'm gonna bounce this thought monitor. Pretty sure I'm happy about that. I guess it doesn't deal with any of that stuff, though. But again, they're making a treasure, which means if they also play a land drop, they could creativity X1. Not sure we ever get to play a game here. Well, I think bouncing thought monitor is a way that I can make sure that I do get to play a game here. But we'll see. Maybe like if they just have the creativity this turn, then I'm in trouble anyway. Oh, they weren't making the treasure. God damn it! I hate the way they changed the modal spells on Magic Online now, where it's easier for the caster. It's worse for the opponent because it doesn't show what it's doing on the stack anymore. It just shows all the modes, which is really, really annoying. Okay. Thopter's an okay draw. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that card was literally broken, so it wasn't. It's been a really bad draw against a Teferi, huh? I mean, nothing for it. I don't even know if it was worth showing them the Ashiok. Because I'm pretty far out of this game. Can just cast an Archon this turn. If they have a land drop, they can cast an Archon and then attack with a Goblin and copy it. Might mill over all their Archons. You know what? They are paying costs. Leyline Binding. Okay. I hit no Archons. Did hit a Nature's Claim. Okay. Just make sure that they're Archons. Yeah, okay. Some people board in weird stuff. Some people are playing Portal to Phyrexia and nonsense, so it was just worth checking that that's what they were doing. Have you considered drawing more counterspells? I did, but I thought I was already in trouble, and that would just not help. Sorry. I think I would like to have a relic. That is not a keep. That is a keep. I think I'm bottoming Moonsnare. I am bottoming Moonsnare. Opponent mull. No, opponent has not mulled. I mulled 6. They have not moved. Well, Flusterstorm is in our sideboard rove hole, and generally speaking, I think it's going to be better in this matchup than Spell Pierce. Not always, obviously. I mean, maybe it is better, but I mean that it is a sideboard card. We are playing main deck Metallic Rebuke, which is quite good against them. But I agree, like Metallic Rebuke often is kind of clunky in these post-board games where your artifacts are getting blown up a lot, whereas like Spell Pierce just no nonsense costs 1 mana, so that is really nice. If we draw an Ornithopter, we might be able to really mess them up here with Ashiok. Fluster also has the downside of not being able to counter Leyline Binding, so that's not the best. Raugrin Triumph. Okay. If they ran in 6 here, yeah, like Spell Pierce would have been way better. And obviously the Ren in 6 is not going to be a big deal in this game, like generally, but it might be. You never know. You don't know what their hand is, so it might have been what really set them back. So I either make the Construct or play Emery this turn.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
Yeah, Emery's
And
almost
remember,
definitely better.
A shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Thanks for the follow there, Erte Sumlaut. Erzumlaut? That's a tough one again. Why do I make a construct then Emery? Because then I can't Flusterstorm or Echoing Truth. And if they have like main phase Prismari command, I get completely demolished. Even that. They may have Veil of Summer here, but like we can't play around everything. So this was the downside of playing Emery, is that she's pretty vulnerable and naked. Fuck. Yeah, okay. I do get to Ashiok them here, so maybe that's good enough. What did Emery flip over? Spellbomb. That's it. Not great. We hit an Archon. Here's where they go Dwarven Mine Creativity. Teferi. Okay. Gonna bounce my Saga, I assume. That's Emery. Okay. Pings the Ashiok. So Mox Amber just gives me mana this turn. I don't have any purpose for this floating colorless mana yet. It's a freaking Teferi in play again. Needle Wren. I don't... It doesn't save Ashiok from a lightning bolt. So I don't... Needling Teferi is almost more appealing, because I'm going to have an Emery in play, and it'll only have one loyalty. But not being so behind on mana is also one of the things that, like... It's really tough here. This matchup is very difficult. They have 8 million ways to kill artifacts. Neil Ragavan to make a statement. Yeah, that's not the kind of statement I want to make. I'm going Mox Amber, but I could see this being wrong. Rough. I went past the turn. Okay. 6 cards in their hand. Several of them, like probably at least 2 of them are lands, but it's still a lot of. Yeah, here goes the Dwarven Mine into creativity. Yeah. All right. It's pretty over here. It's not my favorite thing to hear, freak. Yeah, we're just getting our butt whipped by Teferi these last couple games. Well, they couldn't make 2 Archons Rovehole. They didn't have enough mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it here. That was really tough. The Teferi both games just completely messed us up. But that's also a really difficult matchup. They have infinite removal and specifically artifact destruction out of the sideboard. So this was overall really quite powerful. So